So, welcome everyone to our workshop, Making Peace with Your Inner Impostor. So, today we'll explore impostor syndrome and use internal family systems model to understand and address it. So, a little bit about me. Uh, my name is Estefania Aburto, a clinical psychologist with 15 years of experience, graduated from Universidad Anáhuac, and I'm currently specializing in EMDR with MDR Mexico and the MDR Institute in US, and internal family systems, having completed level 2 training. So my expertise covers post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, irrational fears, and insecurity, and I offer online therapy for adults, creating a safe space for a personal growth. I combine empathy, expertise, and innovative techniques to guide us seeking to overcome obstacles and live more fulfilling lives. So today we are going to talk about the imposter syndrome or with the model IFS. So first, I would like to have a short introduction to imposter syndrome. So the imposter syndrome is the persistent feeling that you are not as competent as others perceive you to be. It affects a staggering 70% of people, according 70% according to the Journal of Behavioral Science. And the Dr. Valerie Young is the one that has these studies further how we live the syndrome. And we have 5 types of impostors: the perfectionist, the expert, the natural genius, the soloist, the superwoman, the superman. And as we progress, consider which type resonates most with you. So about the five impostors, I'm going to explain a little bit each of these, and I would like that you really reflect what resonates most with you. So the first one is the perfectionist. This one sets excessively high walls of themselves, never satisfied with their work, always finding flaws, focuses on areas where they feel they have fallen short rather than success, may delay completing tasks due to fear or not meeting their own standards. The superwoman or the superman pushes themselves to work harder than those around them, feels the need to succeed in all aspects of life simultaneously, use work as a way to measure self-worthy, and often experiences burnout from trying to do it all. The natural genius judges their competences based on ease and speed rather than effort, expects to get things right on the first try, feel shame when they struggle to master a skill quickly, and may avoid new challenges if they can immediately excel. The soloist. The soloist is one of the most common impostors that we can find at the workplace. So the soloist believes asking for help reveals that they are inadequacy, feels they must accomplish everything independently, may turn down assistance even when it could be beneficial, and equates needing support with a failure or weaknesses. And the last one is the experts that believes that they need to know everything before starting a project, constantly seeks for more information and training, hesitates to ask questions for fear of looking ignorant, and may avoid applying for jobs if they don't meet 100% of the criteria. So these types aren't mutually exclusive. We can find several imposters inside us, and you might recognize aspect of yourselves in multiple categories. Understanding the type of imposter that you have, can help you to identify and challenge your specific patterns of thinking and behavior. So remember, regardless of type, imposters' feelings don't reflect your true abilities or worth. It's just the way that our fears, our loneliness are reacting when we feel some fear. Okay, so this type of imposters, when we have a different view with the internal family systems model, we can reach and make alliances with this. So, but what is the internal family system model? The internal family system model, or IFS, so I'm going to refer for this model in the next screens as IFS, is a powerful framework for understanding our inner world. The guy that discovered this model is called Richard Schwartz. You can find the YouTube channel and also the IFS Institute at the web. So the IFS posits that our psyche is made up of different parts, each with its own perspective and purpose. So we have like sub people or sub parts inside us, and there are three main types of parts. The first one, the exalts, that these are wounded inner child parts, often carrying pain or trauma. These exalts are the smallest parts of us, like when we were, like our child, our wonder child that we need to work with it. And the other ones is managers, protective parts that try to control our lives and avoid pain, firefighters, reactive parts that attempt to numb or distract us from emotional pain. And at the core of the IFS is the concept of self, that is our truest sense characterized by qualities like curiosity, compassion, and clarity. Our self is the part that help us to achieve everything we want, and also that help us to have this self-compassion, and that calm down the other parts, the exalts, the manager, and the firefighters. So the IFS help us to construct these bridges of communications to ourselves, to these parts that are wounded. So what is a part? Like this image, you can see, for example, these are all of the parts that we have, our inner parts, that here we can have like, the critical one, the one that like to be in peace, the warrior. One of these parts are our syndrome impostor. Is the impostor that always are like talking to us in a bad way, or saying to us that we can't handle those projects, that we have to do more, that everything that you need, and how to this impostor talks to you. So what is a part? There are different parts of you. These parts are like different characters inside of us, and each with their own thoughts, feelings, and ways of acting. Some parts might be happy, some might be sad, and some might be feel scared or angry. Understanding these parts can help you feel more in control and learn to take care of yourself better. So think of the gingerbread cookies. They're all different, but come from the same thought. So that is how all the parts are different with different thoughts. Of them are more enthusiastic, some of them are angry, but they are from the same of us. That though all those parts are the bigger part of us, okay, ourselves. So how relates how IFS relates to imposter syndrome? So imposters' feelings often stem from excited parts carrying beliefs of unworthiness, or incompetence. Manager parts might reinforce imposters' belief in attempt to protect us from potential failure or rejection. Firefighters' parts may kick in when imposter feeling become overwhelming, leading to the procrastination or self-sabotage. Understanding these parts can help us address imposter syndrome more effectively, and not just like thinking that all ourselves is the one that is bad or that is feeling ashamed. No, it is just a part of us that have those thoughts and those feelings. That's the difference. That is not talking about our 100% of ourselves. It is just a part that feels bad or feels with fear. So I don't know if you have any that from here. because we are going to make a visualization to get to know our impostor also with this model, with family system model. No? Okay, so one example about these parts is like maybe during the day you have like these little voices in your head telling you what to do or not to do, telling you how do you feel, what you have to conquer and everything. So those voices that you are hearing all the time, those are your parts. That is how they express yourself to you. And in some cases, we can have these polarizes parts, like one saying to do one thing and the other one that is not agree. So also we with the IFS we can work these polarized parts internal. Okay. So now we are going to have this inner imposter visualization exercise. I really encourage you to do to have this exercise to understand and connect with this part of yourself that you are struggle with, that is your inner imposter. Okay. So just let me know if you can hear, because it is with sound.
No, not yet.
All right.
Before we begin, I want you to know that it's a safe space. There is no right or wrong way to experience that we are about to do. Your journey is uniquely yours, and whatever comes up for you is perfectly valid. Let's start by getting comfortable. If you are sitting, feel free to adjust your position so that you are fully supported. If you prefer to lie down, that's fine too. The most important thing is that you feel at ease. Feel free to turn your camera off. Now, let's take a few deep breaths together. Inhale slowly through your nose, feeling your chest and belly expand. Hold it for a moment, and then exhale gently through your mouth. Let's do this few more times. With each breath, feel yourself becoming more relaxed, more present in this moment. Excellent. Now that we are centered, let's begin our visualization. I want you to imagine a place where you feel completely safe and at peace. This could be anywhere: a sun-drenched beach, a cozy room, a lush forest, or even a place that exists only in your imagination. Take a moment to really see this place in your mind's eye. What color do you see around you? Are they vibrant or soft? What textures can you feel? Perhaps it's the softness of grass beneath your feet, or the warmth of sun on your skin. Are there any sounds in this place? Maybe the gentle lapping of waves or the rustle of leaves in a breeze. And what about the smells? Can you detect any fragrances? Perhaps the salt of the sea or the earthy scent of the forest. Allow yourself to fully inhabit this safe space. Feel the peace and tranquility washing over you. Now, in this place of safety, I want you to invite your inner impostor to appear. Remember, this part of you might take any form. It could look like a person, an animal, or even an object. There's no need to force anything. Just allow whatever image comes to mind to take shape. As your impostor appears, simply observe it without judgment. Notice its size, its color, its energy. Does it move? Is it still? Does it make any sound? Now, with gentleness and curiosity, I invite you to begin a dialogue with this part of yourself. You might start by asking, why are you here? What are you trying to do for me? Listen carefully to the response. Remember, this part of you has been with you for a long time, trying to help in its own way. You might ask when this part first appeared in your life. Was there a specific event or time period that brought it into being? Listen to its story with compassion. Next, explore its fears. What is it afraid might happen if it weren't present in your life? Understanding these fears can give you insight into its protective nature. Now, delve into the emotion this part carries. Are there feelings of fear, anger, or sadness? Ask if there are any emotion it would like to release, and if so, how it would like to do that. As we near the end of our dialogue, take a moment to thank this part of yourself for sharing its history. Assure it that you care about its well-being and appreciate its efforts to protect you. Before we close, ask if there's anything else your imposter wants you to know. Then imagine it, finding a comfortable place to rest within your inner world. Now, slowly, bring your awareness back to the room. Notice the sensation of your breath, the feeling of the surface supporting you. When you are ready, take a deep breath and gently open your eyes.
Okay, we are back, right? So I hope you made it. So because this is a easier way to get in touch of our inner imposter with a clearly image, feelings, how she or he may feel about us, about what we are doing at job or with our families. So to wrap up our session, I would like to revisit what we have learned about internal family systems and how it relates to our experience with imposter syndrome. So IFS teaches us that our psyche is composed of different parts. As you know, exhaust, fire, fireworks, and managers, each with its own purpose and perspective. So maybe you can draw have have your imposter looks like if it was an object, it was a person, or it was just a feeling or I don't know, just a emotion. So you can draw it down, and maybe you can find a good name for him or for her or for what it is. So when you have draw it, the next thing is to get the emotions and the urgency of this part. What is afraid of? What is afraid of? And and often a protective part is trying to keep us safe in its own way. So it's trying to show us something that maybe can hurt us, or maybe these parts think that we are going to fail. So the tip here is that we can help that part to feel comfortable with us if we express that the impostor, can trust in us. If we have this bridge of communication with that part, it's going to be easier to have this alliance. And the other thing is that through our visualization exercise, we can have the opportunity to connect with our inner impostor. And this practice is the heart of the IFS theory and therapy. The IFS is all about visualization, meditation, and how we can connect with our parts by approaching this with curiosity and compassion. So remember, the goal isn't to eliminate our imposter part, but to understand it and work with it. It's not about stop feeling bad or stop feeling that we're not going to handle. It's not about eliminate that part that is taking care of us. It's just the part that needs to get to know us better. So what else? Well, I just like to send you a PDF that I have just to in case you want to know more about IFS, your exiles, your managers, and obviously about yourself. That is the most compassionate wave of ourselves that we have. I'm going to send you this PDF. And the last but not least, here we have some tools for making peace with your inner imposter. That is challenge negative thoughts by looking for evidence that contradicts them. That is showing these parts if the thoughts that are having are really true, and what is the evidence, the facts for these thoughts. Celebrate your achievements, no matter how small they may seem. Embrace your authenticity, your unique strengths and weaknesses. Practice self-compassion and treat your soul like the kindest you will offer a good friend. And remember, healing is a process. Be patient with yourself and also with all your parts. So that's all from my side. So thank you for being here. I don't know if you have any doubt or so.
Hello, Estefania. Sorry, I jumped in a little bit late, so it was hard to catch up, but I found the concept very interesting. Do you have any channel where we can hear a podcast or a video as part of what you will share anyway as a material as well?
I
Do you
can
have
share it
something?
right away. Right
Okay.
away, the channel about with
So,
the
so I can investigate also on my side. I'm sure that this session will be available anyway, so I'll be able then to catch up later on. But sounds very interesting. Yes.
yes, this therapy is really famous right now in Germany and in Europe and in those places. But yes, here you can find it like AFS Institute. Let me share the here is the link. Internal Family Systems, and that's the official site.
Uh-huh.
And there you can find certified therapists and also demos, visualization, and you can make those meditations by your own,
Uh-huh.
and you can find a full material about anything trauma, anxiety, and also some of our firefighters are like to have to eat a lot, or also when workaholic, or is any behavior that the function of this behavior is to keep us safe, like anxiety, depression. All those are kind of parts to keep us false to stop feeling, or yes, to stop feeling worst.
Hmm. Okay.
And also there is another channel I just remembering at Spotify that is called IFS Talks. Esa- esa- IFS Talks. So here also they have a really good podcast. with Dick Schwartz and Richard Schwartz
Uh-huh.
are the
Yeah,
pioneers.
I find it. Yeah,
Mhm.
Richard Swartz. Okay.
So I don't know if you have any doubts, or we
Yeah,
can.
just Stefania, thank you very much. Giuseppe here. In the slide, you talk about healing. Does it presume that there's a trauma behind imposter syndrome?
Yes, yes, imposter syndrome. When we talk about the imposter syndrome, we're going to talk about a wounded part of us that experienced trauma when we were children. Okay, so for example, if I don't know if you grew up with, I don't know, you are not enough, you can do that, stop doing, you're stupid, everything. That is going to be the food that your brain is going to be eating all the time. No matter that you grow up and now you are conscious about that. No, the inner part is believing that you are not enough. So we need to reach that inner part and have like helped it to, like to re-energize their own self, and just stop feeling bad, because it's like that syndrome imposter. Maybe it's a child or maybe it's a manager, but they need to know that we already grow up, that we are no more in that stage of our lives.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
So they're persons, as you say. So it's
Sounds crazy, I know.
no. I mean, it's not crazy. I've been in therapies as well, so I mean, I'm familiar with that, not that much, but I mean, it's always very interesting to think of them as persons that are living in your inner parts or your insides, and that you can converse with them or connect with them, trying to convince them and work with them, which is, I mean, it's the part that's still very vague for me and not really understandable, but certainly it's something that I'm going to dig into for sure.
Yes, they are called parts and sub-personalities, and we have a lot of them. A
Mhm.
lot of them, and we can talk with them during our day. For example, right now maybe you are a part like, oh, this sounds really interesting. Another part is, okay, I have to rush to run out for another meeting, or thinking several things at the same time. So those are all our parts working for us.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, it's the way you've been. I mean, you grow I mean, you've been educated and a lot of stuff, but I never thought of them as persons, as I don't know, as part of you, as unique persons that you can really, yeah, connect with them in that sense. I mean, because we all have traumas, we'll have educations, we'll have, I mean, you were talking about the education now, of course. So trauma from childhood is, I mean, everybody has some, for sure, of course. No, I mean, my case was a lot of expectations. No, I was driven by expectations, so always want to give more and more, and so it's really depends on your model of education, but never thought about persons behind, personalities or persons as such.
Mhm. The reality is that, for example, with my clients, with my patients,
Hmm.
uh, when we work with them, normally they appear uh, as objects, or,
Hmm.
or feelings. In some cases, yes, they are like 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 people, or part of things, like, oh, I can see myself when I was 80 years. Uh, but also they can be animals, shapes, just colors, or a place. Yes. in some sessions they refer there
No,
is
just a younger you that's staying in time and just
or,
being there,
yes,
you know, and
or,
you need to
or
communicate with them. Yeah. Mhm.
yes, or
Okay.
maybe they just can
What they
see
call as well regressions when you go back to a stage of, or it's not the same.
no,
No.
that no, is not the same. It's not the same because this is totally 100 conscious,
Okay.
and you are conscious about what you are doing
Yeah.
and what you are talking about.
And regression not?
I don't
Not
know.
necessarily. I don't know. Just asking because it's something I've heard about. So, and it seems to be uh, somehow linked to the same concept, no? Because at the end you go with, I mean, a regression is going with younger versions of you at the end, no? Somehow.
Well,
Somehow is.
the closest therapy that I know that is kind of this
Hmm.
is in the cognitive conductual therapy.
Yeah.
Hmm. And they have a part that is called, let me see how it's in English, imaginería.
Hmm. Yeah.
Is,
No. Yeah.
yes, in English, it will be like, I don't know, vivid, visual, imaginary, like that, imaginary. Well, they have a technique that is similar to the IFS,
Hmm.
and also you work with different schemes. They're don't called parts of super personalities. They call them schemes.
Okay. Yeah, I heard about that as well. Yes. Very
Hmm.
interesting. We could talk about that for hours, certainly. I mean, nice. I will have to watch back the presentation, but yeah, thank you very much. I mean, just a conversation, so I could talk as well for a long time, just asking you some more, but I watched some videos first.
No, it's okay. Also, we can have one-on-one later. So
All right. Good. Yes, would be nice.
Yes,
yes.
probably you don't know, but Stephanie is a member of our cohort number 2, so she's also on
You know,
Slack.
yeah, I imagine.
Yes, and I love Stephanie. The part of the visualization exercise was really nice. And then when you asked this question about like a moment when it started, I actually remember some situation, but I didn't realize it was something that caused some trauma. I didn't thought that, but then when it came to my mind, I was like, oh, that makes sense. So thanks a lot for that exercise. It was really valuable for me to understand a little bit more better. But yes, I don't know if anyone else have any questions, anything that you want to share also.
I actually have one doubt, Estefania, and sorry if I missed this part, but I'm curious to hear how can somebody distinguish, between a healthy self-doubt versus imposter syndrome? Are there any like specific triggers that say it's one or the other? For example, if I say I'm gonna jump 5 meters, well, it's very healthy to know that I can't do that, right? How can I distinguish these two things? I'm curious.
Because maybe this part that is the impostor is not going to talk to you in only one event. Is talking with you in several times of your life and also in during the day. For example, when you are going to present something that is now you are going to do it terrible, now you can do it, now you can ask for a raise, now you don't deserve that promotion. So it's always like trying to sabotage your work. And there is another part that talks to you like, yes, you can do it, you can reach that, raise your hand. Okay, but the other one is no, it's like, okay, I'm ashamed of that, they are going to think that I'm stupid or I can do that. So it's a persistent part of you that is always being critical, but talking you and with these negative beliefs about you. It's not about something that is just going to protect you, like that maybe will be harmful or you can get injured, or no, it's the part that is going to tell that you are not enough. That's the difference. That is a negative belief about yourself. Mhm.
That makes
That's
sense.
the difference.
Thank
Yes.
you.
No, you're welcome. Okay. So thank you, guys. Thank you for your time.